Yes, yes. The boys are back. You tuned in to Knock 'em Out the Box. This is episode 178.
178 and sub.
I'm here with my people, as always. First and foremost, with my co-host, the co-most, the Mr. Majestic Left, Right, Left Kid,
Yeah.
Mr. Brendan Long. What's
Yeah,
the word,
yeah.
Papa?
Chilling. Just got a lot of news you're gonna read us.
We do.
Can't wait to react to it.
Also, with us is Irish Billy Betts, who did bet this weekend and does have things to report on. And Brenda.
Oh boy. No.
Brenda.
We don't have to talk about this, Vinny.
Spoiled a fight for me.
Brendan, you're on my team on this one. You're gonna be on my team.
He probably will be. He probably will
well,
be.
you know, I in the age of information,
what if you go out of your way to stay away from it?
Then it's your responsibility not to look at your phone.
So
or
now
let everyone know.
Nope. Punish yourself.
It's already known. It's already known.
Brendan.
How
am I supposed to assume that
I'm on
Vinny
your side
has
here?
The Nighthawk.
Because
is not
all you
watch
start
a
out
midnight
with
fight.
is, did you see the card? Did you?
Okay, I'll accept that.
I am very ambiguous now. Did I say? What do I write to you? I write.
Yeah,
did you watch fighting?
Did you? Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago.
I can accept that.
Now you have to do that, Bill.
He was hotsy-totsy. This Billy to get at me, but don't give anything away again, because then you'd be spoiler on the show.
Did he respond real nasty to you?
He was like medium nasty. I could tell he had just woken up.
He's way nasty to me.
I think he had just woken up when I got.
No, because he likes you better.
No,
well, that's true.
None of those things are true.
It's 100% true.
I was equally. I'm not nasty at all. I explained the situation the same way I would to you.
I'm Mr. Krabs.
Now, do you assholes want to talk about news, or do you want to keep going? Because I can go here.
Now he's getting mad. Look at him. Let's talk about.
No. Talk about boxing, please. Thank you.
I was gonna sing some songs for you.
No, knock him out the box. 178. Lots of stuff to talk about.
I was gonna dance.
Victor Conti, founder of Balco and a controversial figure in sports history, has passed away at age 75. A few months ago, he said that he had cancer. So
pancreatic.
Yeah.
It's like
Conti worked with many world-class fighters on recovery and conditioning through his snack system. Brandon, how will he be looked at?
Balco.
Historically,
facilitating he'll be looked at historically as the facilitator of the largest and most comprehensive drug scandal in sports.
Did what he
the Balco scandal is the biggest thing.
You're right.
In biggest drug scandal in sports.
Was his attempt at a mea culpa successful in your view? Your opinion?
No.
We're talking about a guy who passed away, so we're obviously being respectful. But towards the end, were you like, fuck him regardless? Or like, where did you? Because we actually, I don't know, man. It's friends. We never spoke about Victor Conti for whatever reason. If we did, it just came in passing and we moved on. I read Adam Abramowitz a tweet of his before, because he's
Philly guy.
Yeah. And this is a tweet regarding Conti. I just like the tweet. I'm not sure where Victor Conti falls on the hero-villain axis as it relates to boxing, but he was a very intelligent man with a lot of talent. We went at it a couple times over the years, but he would always engage. I feel similarly. I never engaged with him though, but there's hero-villain stuff. Guys, if you're not familiar, you definitely heard of Balco if you're listening to this show. I mean, you're going back to Bonds and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not just boxing, guys. Like Brendan said, the biggest steroid scandal ever in sports, not boxing, sports.
Barry Bonds.
If someone was an absolute gun and you either know or think they were on steroids from a certain era, Conti was wrapped up in it with the Balco stuff. What he did with Snack, guys, is it was his attempt to clean things up, to help clean up the sport. I didn't know Victor Conti personally. Some people felt it was disingenuous and that this is what he did time, right, B?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then some people, Shane Mosley was wrapped up with him when Shane got
Yeah.
benched. Some people like Victor Conti a lot, and
Yeah.
because
A
of
lot of
his,
people
yeah, because of
do.
his second act, you know.
Hmm.
I'm not here to say, where he stands, like before God and stuff. You know what I mean? We can give
Right.
our opinions and shit on people. That's what this show is. I'm just saying we can't say, like, because me and you aren't perfect. We've done foul things. So I can't
Right.
say like
Well, I
where
mean,
you stand.
it stretched across the Olympics. So Marion Jones,
Yeah,
the runner,
yeah, correct.
MLB,
Correct.
boxing. So
Correct.
amateur athletics, professional athletics, and everything in between. Who we don't know who got caught, who
Yeah,
you know,
guys, the people who got clipped are arguably the outliers.
right. So all the people that were maybe just guys making a roster, maybe people trying for the Olympics and didn't, you know.
Yep,
So it's what is it? Bay Area Labs Co-op. That was
I
what
think so.
Balco stood
I
for.
think so. I think so.
Um,
I'll look it
and
up while we're talking.
yeah, I mean it's Bay Area Labs Cooperative. I think that's what it was. I followed this heavy in the early 2000s because it was amazing to me. Um, there was
That's exactly right, Brendo.
cream and clear, if you guys remember. Uh, Gary Sheffield famously gave an interview like steroids is something you shoot in your butt. Like
Yep.
I didn't shoot it,
Mm-hmm.
it was like
Mm-hmm.
an HBO sports thing, and it's like, yeah, but it was absorbed in your muscles. Like, nah, I didn't do any steroids.
Yeah, and
It-
guys, another tidbit before B continues. It went on as it functioned as a company longer than you think. You think like the late 80s into the early 2000s. It was 83 to '03. Now how look,
wow.
it had to be functioning for what, Brendo? 15 years before people started really sniffing on like, yo, something's
Yeah.
really going
I
on
mean,
here.
it was
I think the
until
home run,
thank you. That's what
Sosa,
blew. Yeah, the home run race in 1998
yeah,
with,
which would be 15 years in.
right. Famously, Mark McGuire gives an interview with and I can't even remember Andro for short, the pills behind him in the locker, and they were not a banned substance at the time for
Right,
MLB.
right.
Um, Years later, we found out Bud Selig knew about it. After the '94 strike, MLB was in the shitter, and no one was watching it. People were just didn't want to hear about multimillionaires going on strike.
Hmm.
Probably didn't understand collective bargaining. Didn't understand that they were not necessarily going on strike because they're going broke. They're going on strike not for the highest paid players, but really for the lowest paid players and for player protection. Anyway, long story short, uh, the league suffered a black eye, so Selig and MLB brass likely knew about. I actually think it's been proven that they did know about it. Knew about steroids in baseball. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember Ken Caminetti. He's dead.
Hmm.
These guys are dying at like wrestler rates. You know what I mean? Uh, that whole Houston Astros team, Caminetti, I believe Craig
The
Biggio,
Killer Bees.
yeah,
Those, yeah.
Jeff Bagwell.
Yep.
I mean, they looked like they walked out of. They looked like professional wrestlers. These guys,
Hmm.
and I think Caminetti mixed in. I mean, he was like smoking crack.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
wacko.
Wacko, Lenny Dykstra, Darren Dalton, the guys, the Philly guys, the
Whoa,
Yankees, of
whoa,
course.
whoa,
But listen,
whoa.
Roger Clemens, Andy Pettit, all got popped. Alex Rodriguez. This is a
Rafa
couple years later.
Palmeiro, who cut the
Yeah,
famous
but the
promo where he's
famous
pointing.
promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, some others, Barry Bonds, Benito Santiago,
Benny.
Jeremy Jam,
Oh, yeah, Giambi.
Giambi's, him and his brother,
Right.
Bobby Estelella, Armando Rios, Shane Mosley, Romanowski,
Yep.
Tyrone Wheatley, Barrett Robbins, Chris Cooper, Dana
Well,
Stubblefield.
these guys were all busted, or these guys all trained out of Balco.
These were all Balco guys. And then, like you said, Gary Sheffield, it was called The Clear.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds and Sheffield were given The Clear, and then they both deny knowing about it.
Shane gave the interview, remember, and he said, I just rubbed like this cream on me.
That's
You
The
know,
Clear. Yeah.
that's, yeah.
There was money laundering involved. There was money laundering connected with the steroid distribution. They avoided trial and
Okay.
they copped the pleas. He did 13 and a half months. Ironically, the same day Bonds was indicted
Right, I remember
remember
that.
that? It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
4 counts of perjury and
Yes.
obstruction of justice. Um, they so this all crumbled in '03. In '06, that kid Jason Grimsley, who played
For the Yankees.
yeah, at the time, I think he was with the Diamondbacks.
Right.
They raided his crib, got him to wear a wire. So it kept going, you know. It kind of never really stopped until he shifted it with the snack stuff
Okay.
in my opinion, in an attempt to either if you give him the benefit of the doubt to right the wrongs. If you don't, you go to shift from this guy
Right.
is demonized. And you and I both know people who went on to like and become friends with Victor Conti. We both know some guys,
Hmm.
even if you don't know who I'm talking about right now. So yeah, you know, like Devin Haney
Well,
was very close to him.
Terrence Crawford,
Yeah, Bud.
Devin Haney, Andre Ward.
And people would
Um,
still take shots up until the death, like, yo, look who Haney's around. Look, you know, I
yeah,
don't like Devin Haney, but I love Bud. I love they were making comments about his build when he fought Canelo. You
they're
know,
all
that he would,
snack fighters.
yeah, they're all
So,
snack guys. So people were still saying, well, anything related to Victor Conti is forever tainted. And if you go by how B views these things, yo, you get pinched, pack you up. You're playing with someone's life
mhm,
in this sport because you don't play boxing. You can die in there.
right.
So anyone that stands on that, which B does, I don't have a rebuttal because I can't tell you you're wrong. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know. It would have in 10 years something comes out that says every snack guy was on this new thing that you couldn't. And that's
Well,
why Victor Conte was so ill, because he found something newer and
well,
iller that you
the criminals always outpace the cops, right? The-
correct. And
and
they
then
will
eventually they get
always
caught,
will.
and
Yeah,
then they come up with because the cops are chasing,
correct.
right? So
Correct.
you know, the law enforcement is what chases
Correct.
the cheaters, the thieves, right? So it's a cat and mouse game. Um,
B, and you're as a criminal, you're always looking for the new lick. So you're always the one up on it. Oh, yo,
yeah.
there's this new drug. And then me and you go, yo, all these like 20-year-old kids are dying off this thing called blank that we don't
Hmm.
know fucking know
Yeah.
about. It's not
It's yeah, it's the new shit. But did you know he was the bass player for Tower of Power for 2 years? He's like an accomplished bass player.
when I heard it, I thought it was like a joke that somehow connected to
No,
steroids. So I just thought it was
he was like a legit. That's what he was. He was a excuse me. He was a musician. But I also, you know, obviously, and a chemist.
yeah. Oh, he was a chemist, all right.
Well, and I can't tell if it's true or not. I think he's related to Cynthia Conti, the boxing reporter.
He is because she tweeted Uncle Victor da 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 or
Yeah, it's crazy.
something to that extent.
Yeah, scientific nutrition for advanced conditioning snack.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I never knew where I should I should stand on that as someone that even though we're on the outside looking in on the sport because we're not participants, we're involved with the culture. Where do I stand here? Well, if he's really doing this and these people are, you know, if this is some sort of uh extension of what people like Vada are doing or Dr. Margaret Goodman, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
I support it, but I didn't know the answer then and I don't know it now. You know what I mean? There are certain people, don't ask me why. There are just certain people where if you bring a name up to them, I go, I don't think he would do that. And Bud Crawford's one of them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I don't like Devin Haney, so it doesn't. I don't. So
yeah.
it's not fair for me to say would he do that or not. But there's other snack guys that I go, I don't think he would do anything foul knowingly. I also wouldn't be around a guy who did Fed time
Right.
for anything like that, nor would I take anything from him.
Correct.
That's me. That part I can say. If you did ticks and you were part of the biggest steroid scandal in the history of the US, and let's be real, you mentioned Olympians, that means global, of
Yeah.
the world, I'm just going, hey, it's nice to meet you, man. I'm glad you changed things up. I'm not taking anything from you.
Right, right,
Shake
right.
your hand at the fights if I think you made a change.
I might even wash my hands after I shake your hand. If you got
Right, because it
that
might
cream on there.
that cream that they gave that Shakur's team gave
Yeah, you never
what was
know.
it?
They gave it's Floyd Schofield.
Lloyd Schofield.
Yeah,
Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios are closing in on a deal for a WBC welterweight title fight in the first quarter
How does
of
he get a shot?
2026. Don't know, Brendan.
Money.
Official from Garcia's promoter, Golden Boy, and PBC have exchanged contracts. He loses a fight
To a guy he shouldn't have lost to.
to a guy who I don't think you think I think he stinks.
He stinks. That guy stinks.
Stinks. Um, so you fight Rolly, lose.
And his excuse, have you heard him talk about that? He's like, oh, it's boring.
Yeah.
That's like, imagine
I don't.
Tarantino comes out with a dud movie and he goes, oh yeah, you shouldn't have gotten to see that.
Yeah, I was writing the script. I felt it started to get boring, but I went through with it and filmed it. So yeah, it was boring. But don't count it. Don't hold it against me as far as my filmography goes.
It was boring. What a fucking idiot.
Look, everyone lays an egg in arts, in sports, but you take the L and you explain why.
Right.
And it's not by saying it was boring.
No.
Pack him up. He's been stopped. He's been hurt. He's been knocked out. He's chinny.
Right.
He's not good. It seems like Rolly's really strong for that division, meaning physical strength. I guess if you had to get,
that's what I've heard from people who have been around him. Like, yo, he's really fucking strong.
Well, you know what kind of strength I want to call it, but
yeah,
stay politically correct.
Can't do that on the show. Lose all our sponsorship.
A civil lawsuit.
We'll just call him Billy Strong.
Yeah, I like that.
That's right.
Spoiler strong.
It's Billy Strength.
Spoiler strength. Spoiler
Cophead strength. How many nicknames am I going to get on this damn podcast?
Cophead
strong.
That cophead's growing in. You need a haircut.
I do. You're right.
A civil lawsuit filed on October 30th in Miami-Dade County accuses Gervonta Tank Davis of battery, false imprisonment, and kidnapping of his ex-girlfriend during an incident at a Miami strip club. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis will no longer be going ahead on November 14th for most valuable promotions. MVP is now targeting a new date and opponent for Paul to face on Netflix later this year. Guys, I know you might want to say, yo, a while back, you said you weren't going to mention these brothers. The reason we do is because we have lately, they're involving themselves with real prize fighters and the promotion of real prize fighters. So
yeah,
not only was he fighting a real guy in Gervonta Tank Davis, but there's also going to be real fighters on the undercard. So Tank,
he's a real promoter.
Tank is fumbling a bag so I don't think anyone has less faith in Tank Davis as a human than knock him out the box. This even shocks me and B, because our thing was he'll come in fat, win, lose, or draw. He'll take that bag and then he'll disappear. I definitely didn't anticipating him fumbling this bag.
So
I thought he'd be fat. He's go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So I guess the only weird thing about this is that she's just filing a civil suit. There's no criminal suit. There's no criminal. I was trying to explain this to someone the other day, and they're like, oh yeah, you got arrested. I'm like, nah, man, that was a conflated story by a reporter that basically a reporter tweeted an article from like July where he did get arrested for battering a woman. It wasn't this woman. This is new. So, but she only filed a civil lawsuit. As of now, he has not been criminally charged, correct?
With this particular woman, no.
I don't think that this will go forward. It's going to be the Court of Public Appeal, the Court of Public Opinion here. I don't think that he will get in any sort of trouble for this. I think this is clearly someone. I'm not saying he didn't do it. What I'm saying is why didn't she file? Because it's recent. Oftentimes,
Correct.
when a civil suit is filed, it's because either the statute of limitations has passed from when they can legally charge him with the crime, or
Correct.
B, he's been exonerated in the legal court system.
Well, I have thoughts here. I have thoughts here that might help in regards to the civil lawsuit. First of all, guys, if you don't know, it's easier to win a civil case. It's the reason why
Absolutely.
OJ lost. He was in the court of law. OJ beat that case. His lawyers ate that case for murder,
Criminal law.
criminal law.
He beat the criminals. Yeah, laws.
Correct. They ate him up
He
in the
well,
civil
he
suit.
beat the yeah, yes, but
So
they found him responsible in a
for the
civil suit.
for the death of Ron Goldman and his ex-wife.
Yes,
So this is what I believe is happening and will continue to if this guy can't keep his hands to himself. It has been proven multiple times.
that he batters women
Yes.
and
It's been,
men
yes.
and people at a bus stop.
Yes, and runs them over, and he's a menace. Is what it is. Okay, we've established that.
You
That's
said
not,
you said a long time ago, lock him up, get
yeah.
him
Throw away the key. Throw away the
get him
key.
off the
Put him in a
street.
loony bin. Get together. He's not a good person.
No,
With that said, it's been proven time and time again. We don't have to do an episode of this show about the legal system in America and how classism in
Mhm.
relationship to it.
Mhm.
The OJ thing that people wanted to make a black and white thing was always about rich and poor. It was about,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tank has just been able to beat case after case after case after case because either him, which we know it's not him, his promoter, which is PBC Al Heyman, or whoever is able to secure lawyers who are either able to instill fear in people to drop stuff or just beat the case because you're a lawyer and that person can't afford a good one. Okay. If I'm this girl this time around, Brendan, I
Hey,
might be like,
as of 42 minutes ago, it's been canceled for sure, 100%.
correct.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's why I said it will no longer
Yeah.
be going ahead
Yeah.
on November 14th. Yeah. Um, I
What a
think this,
fucking idiot.
I think this particular woman, in this case, one of many, was like, this guy keeps beating every case. Why am I even going to bother? What I mean as far as criminal charges.
Right.
You know what I mean? He did X, Y, and Z. I'm going to press charges. They're going to lock him up. He's going to bond. He's going to get bond, and he's going to have the lawyers eat the case. The only way that a menace like this, who keeps beating cases or having lawyers eat the case, that you can never really hit him where it hurts, is to do what she's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then you become Broner because now you don't have the money to sustain the insanity, which is where Broner is now. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
Tank but broke, and Tank's really close to that happening. And the Tank crash out is going to be crazier than Broner, which is crazy to say.
Oh yeah.
You're looking at two men that we had a number at one point, Brendo. I think we said we don't think Broner's going to make it to 35. I think he's maybe 36 now or 37. Tank just turned 30. I'm going to put that number on Tank now. I don't know if Tank makes it to 35.
Hang on. I'm just reading a little bit now and I'm starting to think. So the girlfriend, Courtney Russell, she claims multiple instances of violence, including battery and kidnapping. The lawsuit stated that an incident occurred October 27th. She may be filing because of what I had said earlier, that she's probably going for buku damages because this is probably repetitive and some of the stuff is beyond um, the statute of limitations.
Yeah, I mean, you're
So,
sort of saying what I'm saying, where
yeah.
look, I'm going to go down this road because this road, either the statute of limitations or they just keep eating the
Like
cases.
it's not just the October 27th,
No, come on, man.
you know.
Come
And
on,
I'm
man.
not going to set. So I'm looking right now. Let's see. So in July, by the way, in July, it was announced the domestic violence case against him had been dropped. The victim declined to prosecute. That was in August. So he got taken into custody. He was violated. Remember the violating the home his home confinement thing?
Yeah, and yeah, of course.
He was
And then
bitching. He was bitching that they were going to put him in. He couldn't leave.
they
Uh,
also had him. Remember that idiot didn't uh remember that he was being recorded on the
yeah,
phone call and threatened the judge. I'm gonna kill that bitch. I think were the words. I
yeah.
think that
He is. I
that's a
mean,
dumb son of a bitch.
right.
That's
So
a
20,
dumb
20,
son of a bitch.
2020 domestic violence against the former girlfriend. That was the one that's on video where he grabs the woman's shirt and yanked her into a separate. Looked like I think he grabbed her throat and shirt, pulled her up out of her seat.
Is that at the fight?
It was at a basketball game.
Yeah.
In 2017, first degree aggravated assault. Um, let's see, misdemeanor second degree assault, which Anthony at the court complained. Oh, that was he beat his friend up. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, all right. He's get him out of here.
Pack him up. Emmanuel Navarrete and Eduardo Sugar Nunez will meet in an IBF and WBO super featherweight unification fight on March 7th in Phoenix. I love it.
It's
It should
great.
be fireworks. What a good fight. That's a good bit of news we're sort of going to be in a holding pattern now with the holidays coming up of you know what I mean? So it's good to know we're getting into the new year with that. Bakra Mortalazayev versus Josh Kelly now has a deal imminent and is being planned for January 24th or
What the fuck are they
31st
waiting for?
in the UK. The fight will be for Mortalazayev's IBF Super Welterweight World Title. I mean, yeah, that's almost 3 months.
Yeah.
I figured when they would make it, it would have been earlier in that month,
Yeah. Okay.
not late. I mean,
But I feel like we've been talking about that for 2 months.
we have. That's not really going to help us clean up that division, which you and I really want.
Mhm.
In my opinion, I
Yeah.
think Mortalizai is really good. I think he batters Josh Kelly. I'd rather skip that and get straight to Mortalizai with a belt holder. But okay, he's been gone a year. What's he going to be gone by the time he gets in the ring? A year and 8 months?
No.
The Tim Zoo fight? A year and a half?
Was October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Manny Pacquiao has confirmed that the Floyd Mayweather rematch talks are for a real fight. The bout is being discussed for April in Las Vegas with the Sphere a potential venue. Pacquiao also revealed negotiations for a potential exhibition bout with Vasil Lomachenko. It just really broke my heart. And
Why?
why what?
Why did it break your heart?
Why would Loma do that?
Did you see the pictures from Colombia at the WBC convention?
Yeah, he's like 200 pounds.
Yeah. That's why.
Taking it implies you need a check.
These guys, no, we've been, our recurring theme.
Yeah, but he seemed different. He seemed like a dude that was doing the I'm going away and disappearing. I don't want to be a commentator, even in Ukraine. Even
I think
I
it might
don't.
just be for fun. He gets to fight Manny Pacquiao, you know?
I think he stays in the sport if that's what he wants to do. I thought he was on some purification. I've been doing this since I was a child. I'm done. That was my view of it,
Right,
and
but
I'm wrong.
if it's an exhibition and there's no weight class, he doesn't have to kill himself and he just comes in fat and does his spiel and they have a good time. I think,
I guess.
like an old timers game.
Badu Jack will defend his WBC Cruiserweight World title in a rematch versus Noel Mikhailian on December 13th in Los Angeles. Look, Cruiser is a division you and I often say basically is just erased from the
Yeah.
psyche of boxing fans. There's some stuff that might
It gets hot like every
it's
seven to 10 years.
I think it might get hot in like 2026 because I think Noel Mikhailian wins this. And then you have a couple guys out there floating
Yeah,
around.
Zerto, Opataya. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're going to talk about a really young guy that's in there too. And that might make things fun in a little bit. Not right this
Sure.
second, but Frank Martin will return to the ring against former. Drop the paper. Now everything is falling like a house of cards. Former champion Rances Bartholomew on the Pitbull Cruz Lamont Roach undercard on December 6th in San Antonio. The bout was originally scheduled for the undercard of Fundora versus Keith Thurman, but was rescheduled following the event's cancellation last month.
So this card is getting just fights piled on it.
Piled onto it. Yeah. So now you add Frank Martin, Rances Bartholomew onto that, to an already stacked card that has the fight that we think is great. I don't have it in
Oh,
front of me.
Shaqy and Steph Fulton.
Yes. It's funny that I think the main event, I think there's so the main event is Pitbull Lamont Roach. I think
Right.
Erislandy Lara, Janet Beck should be above that.
Sure.
I think Steph Fulton, Shaqy Foster should be above that. And Rances Bartholomew, Frank Martin is about equal to me, to Lamont Roach.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Vin, when cards have been sparse and then we get these stacked cards? I think it's laziness on the bit of the promoter. Listen, I'm not complaining about stacked cards, right? But what I'm saying is sometimes these stacked cards are like 7 fights, right? And you and I are going, let's go here. We got a little fatigue. You know what I mean? Like, let's move it along.
Yes.
Why not spread it out?
I think spreading and a stacked 8 fights. I don't mean just 8 fights. I mean, like, there's 8 fights, 6 of them are really good and 2 are okay. I want to spread that over 3 dates because
because then we don't get anything.
Then we don't get anything for maybe at least a week, sometimes 2. And this is December, a dead month. Why don't you do it on the 13th? Why don't you? That's how I view it. I also view it like some of the Riyadh cards, the 22nd, that one that's stacked. I would like that split in 2.
The one from last year.
No, it's like Haney and
oh
Norman
right. What is wrong with me? I'm thinking better be of Bivol.
Yeah. Any of them.
But like when that happened, didn't we even say like, oh, this is great, arguably the best card ever? And then when it came to fruition, we're like, all right, there were some lulls in the, some.
Yes, we did. We spoke about it on air, and we really don't like dead air when it comes to the sport because it's like there is no season. Of course, we know it's not 52 weeks, but should it be in the 40s? It should be. It's how it used to be.
Right.
Is the logic that because it's so niche that you have to stack them? That's what I believe. When you said laziness,
or it's cheaper not finding a venue and just getting it all on one.
Okay, look, one site fee, one this, one ring, one.
And guess what? We can fucking charge a pay-per-view for it.
Correct.
This fucking DAZN.
Right. And let's be frank, guys. Like,
let's be Francis over here.
Well, is Pitbull Cruz, Lamont Roach in any fucking time of the earth a pay-per-view? So the logic is, well, if we stack it and then you go, all right, guys, look, a nice card. This is where they've gone. They've gone the way of, this is a nice card. Pay-per-view. And you're like, no. A really solid card was something that was normal, that was on regular TV.
We deserve that.
Yes, we deserve us a really solid. This is a really nice card. It's not 60 Clams card. No, I don't know of anyone on it or any of those fights are pay-per-view worthy, but you stack them together and they somehow think it becomes this fucking grocery store, package that they're putting together for, it's weird. Edgar Berlanga and Jose Armando Resendez are in talks for a super middleweight fight in the first quarter of 2026. If that happens, Resendez beats him.
Yeah, I like that.
Me too.
I like the pick and I like the fight.
Me too. Ajit Kabayel will defend his WBC interim heavyweight belt versus Damian Kanaiba on January 10th in a homecoming fight in Oberhausen, Germany. Look, man, homecoming things and setting up for a huge fight. Yo, that kid can fight, that Damian Kanaiba. He just is the guy who just knocked out Joey DeVaco on that Danny B undercard.
Big Polish guy.
Big Polish guy, 17-0, 11 KOs. His power's real. I'm not saying he can't be touched. I'm not saying Caballero won't pack him up. but taking on an undefeated guy that can fight when you have a potential monster payday in front of you with the lineal guy in the division. Caballero's young. It's an older guy's division.
Right.
Who is young of the heavyweights? You know what I mean? If you look at the future, the next couple of years, it's like Italma, Caballero.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? There's tons of money to be made.
Yeah.
So respect for not taking a total can that's 23 and 28. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this is acceptable.
Yeah. Adam Azim and heavy-handed Kurt Scobie. Kurt Scobie can crack. Every time I seen him fight, he's flying someone's head. That'll take place on the Eubank versus Conor Ben 2
That's great.
undercard. Yeah, on November 15th. After Azim's previous, it was supposed to be what's his name, and that fell apart. And I said, oh, that's a shame. Kurt Scobie can punch. I think if
That's got upset written all over it.
right, if Azim has to navigate that, I don't know if it's difficult if he can navigate the power, but that's a week and 10, 15 days away for Billy. Give Billy an upset special brewing. Lastly, because this is our guy, okay, it's not really big news, but we're a big fan of this person. Josh Padley and Jawad Belmekti have reached an agreement to contest the vacant European super featherweight title on a Matchroom UK show in January. So look, Josh Padley was to win that and get a Euro thing. He gets a good ranking and maybe another big fight. The guy was putting solar panels in, and
Yeah,
he's just a great story.
good for him.
Yeah, that's really a good for you bit of news. So this weekend, guys, Saturday on DAZN, Co-op Live Arena, Manchester. Show favorite Liam Cameron versus Troy Jones, who was 13-1. His lone loss was to Ezra Taylor. This was for a WBA Intercontinental title.
Did Liam Cameron get another gold tooth?
I hope so.
Because he's got like one, and then it looks like he got like another payday, bruv.
I didn't notice.
I had to get me
I had
more
to get him
gold.
another go. All right, brother. Tough, old school blue collar fight. Troy Jones is just younger, has more in the tank, more active, good jab, right hook, left hand, digs downstairs. Liam Cameron will come back with 2-3 big shots when you think he's, that's the kind of guy.
Yeah.
This guy's cooked. Comes back, bop, bop, bop. Keep Troy Jones honest. Tough, rugged fight. I had it 96-94 for Troy Jones.
A lot of people are screaming robbery.
Judges had it 97-93, 96-94 twice for Liam Cameron. That's just a bad decision to me.
Cameron escapes with one.
Yes. B, we talk about this every now and then when I go, okay, I had it 96-94 for Troy Jones. So you go, well, bro, that's a close card.
Yeah.
It was a sturdy 96-94.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I don't think you have to explain yourself. I think the Nockies, yes.
Yeah, okay. If you think they know, then
I think the Nockies know. Right, Nockies?
Speaking of decisions,
Billy knows.
There was some. This weekend was wild, man.
A lot of turd decisions.
But what do we keep saying, Brendan? When they're not huge fights, this goes
right,
and it's why when big cards come up that are coming up, guys,
you get wonky ones,
and we get wonky cards. It's because no one's saying shit about the ones we're talking about here.
Yeah, so it's
we're gonna
not
go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And no one does anything there, and you expect the bud cards or something to look good, or people to, whatever.
Yeah.
Bradley Ray, 21-1, 10 KOs versus Lyndon Arthur, 24-3, 16 KOs. Fought Anthony Yard twice. Fought Bivol. The aforementioned Liam Cameron.
He's the last guy who beat Yard, right? Didn't he beat him?
Yeah, I thought he lost twice.
Oh, did he
lost twice? There.
I thought they fought 3. Oh, they drew, didn't they?
Maybe a majority draw. Point being, Lyndon Arthur just loses to real guys. You know what I mean? Like anything, he just loses to championship level guys.
He beat Yard in a split decision. He beat him.
He did? Okay.
Yes.
I thought that was like a majority draw, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. This was for an EBU European light heavyweight title, guys. Again, I'm going to say it time after time after time after time. These things that appear to be trinkets are just that, but they will land you a ranking in some sanctioning bodies, which then can get you a big fight. Perfect counter left hook from Brad Ray, dropped Lyndon Arthur in the second. He was hurt. but he got out of the round. Ray was really letting his shots go. He had Arthur hurt again in the fourth, but he's got a chin. He was only stopped once, and that was by yard 4 years ago. So that's the one I'm definitely talking about. B. I
Yeah.
thought the other one was maybe majority draw, but you were right. Arthur came on strong in the second half of the fight. There's high drama in Manchester.
That jab was flying Brad Ray's
Flying.
head.
Flying. Early on, Bradley Ray looked like he was going to have an easy night, B. Am I crazy for thinking that? And then
No, it looked like Lyndon Arthur, kept the reserves in the tank there.
he didn't get the memo, B, that it was going to be an easy night for this Brad Ray. I had it 114, 113 for Bradley Ray.
Okay.
The announced team thought Lyndon Arthur won and said
I did too.
Performance of his career. Listen, Ray won the early rounds. You can't just ignore that because Arthur had a second half that was.
I agree with you.
Judges had it 114, 114, 115, 113, and 115, 112 for Lyndon King Arthur. Look, end of the day, good for him. Good for him. Good, tough fighter. Lyndon
Good for
Arthur's
you.
a gentleman. I can't say, hey, I had a 114, 113, but I have to stand on it's different. It was a different type fight than the Liam Cameron fight in which I said, hey, my card looks kind of close, but he lost that fight.
Yeah.
This was one
Right.
where it's not crazy to have this 115, 113 for Lyndon Arthur. I think he gets another semi-big fight against a real guy.
Sure.
But I think Bradley Ray can handle himself in there. B.
It's pretty good.
He's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of being pretty good, Joshua Buatsi, 19-1, 13 KOs versus Zach Parker, 26-1, 18 KOs, WBA Intercontinental Light Heavyweight title.
I said this was an upset special.
You did. Zach Parker did really well early on, stayed on the outside, threw a crisp 1-2, rolled out. When Buatsi would try to work, Brendan, Parker would tie him up. I like that.
Yeah,
because
it's
it seems
strong.
like he is. He completely neutralized Josh Buatsi through 6. He was just following Parker around and walking in the right hand.
Yeah.
Buatsi has one of the best jabs in the sport. He wasn't
Right.
doing anything. I'm yelling at the TV. It's great jab. This is the 4th or 5th time I've seen Zach Parker, and it's the best I've ever seen him look out of those 4.
Yeah.
Good feet, really good jab, doubles it up, slips the counter, rips the body, gets out of there. Josh Buatsi looked lost to me.
Yeah.
Lost. Awful corner work from Virgil Hunter, which isn't surprising at all to me. Just terrible. Just terrible. Look, he might be, in my opinion, the most clueless name trainer of all time. I don't mean the most clueless trainer,
right?
But of guys with names that people have sought after.
Right.
He might be the most clueless of all time. Look, what Zach Parker was doing isn't aesthetically pleasing necessarily, but he completely dominated. I had it 100-90 for Zach Parker. Judges had it 95, 95, and 96, 94 twice for Joshua Buatsi. Awful cards, and in my opinion, the worst decision of the year. Gregors Melenda, Marcus McDonald, and Salvador Salva. They were the 3 judges. Pack them up. They need to be suspended. I want to ask you a question, Brendan. Can you remember ever having a shutout scorecard on your personal card and the guy
won?
I'm not saying, I'm sure it happened in your life, but is there something that, like, I couldn't think of one off the lid that jumped out at me where I said, this person lost every round, and I looked at my card and they lost every round.
It was like Pacquiao Bradley 1 was close, to that.
Yeah. He won 10, 11, 12 rounds in that fight. And it's a good one. That's a good one. Guys, if you want to write in, that's a pretty fun topic. If you ever forget a bad decision, I mean one where the guy didn't fucking win a round. And so,
right.
Because I remember saying, I don't think Tim Bradley won a round here.
Right.
I don't remember my card, I just don't. But I do remember thinking, like, if you're being generous, you gave him 1 or 2. And by generous, I mean that. Did you score it? Would you have given?
I didn't score it, and I didn't give Buatsi the fight. It's weird. I didn't give him the fight, but wasn't surprised that they didn't give the nod to Zach Parker. I had Parker winning unanimous, and I didn't score it, but I had him winning clean. And when they announced Boatse, I went exactly what we're talking about. Like I was just kind of like, I'm not. You know when you're not surprised by something, it's hard to get outraged over it.
Oh yeah, I'm not agreeing with you on this one, but yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. There's been other fights where I went, yeah, that
No,
sounds
I'm
about.
I'm outraged, but I didn't get. I just went,
You weren't hot. You were like, yeah, that's on par for our sport.
yeah, kind of.
Carl Frampton broke it down and was like, look, like for whatever it's worth, he absolutely lost that fight, meaning Joshua. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, Joshua. But he's like, but some judges over here, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure all three, I don't know where these judges are from. So saying here indicates UK, but that doesn't mean that's where these guys were from. Salvador Salva and Gregor's Melenda don't sound like Brits to me. Anyway, he was talking about, well, if you like pressure, like some of these judges here do, and he just came forward all night, and it's like,
Stop making excuses, dude.
I don't think he was, Brendan. I think he was trying to give people some sort of
Like an
insight into
insight.
this, how this happened. I mean, they were standing there in awe, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You can click on the judges to find out where they're from. Right? No?
You absolutely can.
And why is it not
Saturday
letting me?
night for us, also on DAZN, doubleheader, Caribe Royale, Orlando. The night starts off with this kid, Nishant Dev from India. Matchroom is very horny for this kid. I don't see it at all. Hey, look, there's 1.5
Is that the kid I saw in New York?
I don't remember. Hey, look,
Yeah.
there's 1.5 billion people in India. Guys, you heard that right. There's 300 million people in the United States. There's 1.5 billion people in India. Cracking that market open means tons of money. So I understand why a promoter would want to pursue it. I do. I have no problem with that. From we're putting on our business caps that we tend to do sometimes, big.
Yeah, that was him. I saw him fight on the Hitchens card.
Right. His balance is bad. He pushes his punches.
Oh yeah, he's not good.
He won a 6-round UD over a kid named Juan Carlos Campos Medina. He's not good. I don't know that you really ever. I think you give him the treatment that we've spoken about of former great white hypes, and I think you can still make tons of money with him.
Right.
I wouldn't like put if you can build that and make a star out of someone who packs people up in a country that doesn't really understand boxing. Him battering whoever is as good as him battering some good guy at 154.
Yeah, right.
If you bring it over there, you know what I mean? If that's the end game.
If there's like a bloodlust hometown guy, and he can beat the shit out of people, sure.
Right. I'm doing I'm
people watch Butterbean for 10 years straight on Saturday mornings. Just beat the shit out of people.
Absolutely. Or on an undercard of Don King and go, I'll watch him pack up some fucking tough man and cuss him. So you do that. I don't if the plan is this kid Nishant Dev, because he is an Olympian, and what does that mean when you're from a country that doesn't produce boxing? If me and you move to India, we'll be Indian Olympians because who are you fighting to get to the trials? At any rate, if the intent is to move him against real guys and be a player, I think he's a 54. That's bad. If you're trying to build his visibility, starting off nights in there against guys that'll give him some rounds, but that he can beat, and then go, oh, we're throwing the first card ever in Bombay. There's bags there, you know what I mean? That it's a market that historically many people in other places have tried to conquer and can't. And the people who can or will are in for a landfall of money. So no fault to Eddie Hearn or Matchroom for trying to do it. I'm just not going to say he's good. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I get that from a business perspective. Antravius Ingram, 12-0, 6 KOs versus Yoelvis Gomez, 9-1, 7 KOs, over 250 amateur fights, 154 pounds. Look, I've spoken highly of Yoelvis Gomez in previous episodes, trained by Ishmael Salas, big, strong, athletic, southpaw, always moving his head, creating angles. epitomizes the new age of Cuban fighter that we keep talking about, Brendo. Much more offensively minded. He's very creative with his punch selection. B, I want to know if you saw something that we recently spoke about on the air. And you said, Paz, you might be on to something. And it all starts with the kid who I couldn't remember his name last week. The Cuban kid who lost to what's his name? And I said, are these guys going from situations in Cuba, coming here and losing the eye of the tiger? Because Joelvis Gomez comes from Cuba.
Robesi Ramirez.
Robesi Ramirez is this thing.
Well, he fractured his orbital, but yeah, it's. I think.
I want to know if I'm on to something because I see something with Joelvis Gomez.
I just
want
where
he came. Okay, good. I'm just curious if you know when he got out of there where he lived, the two places he lived after escaping communist Cuba.
Do I know where he went?
Joelvis Gomez.
I don't.
Miami, then Vegas.
Let's party.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Because this dude's natural talent. I hope this isn't
Robesi Ramirez's natural talent.
We were talking about him being top 10, maybe. Yo, if he beats blank in this next fight, this is a fucking that's how good he is. But I'm saying I'm starting to smell it. We didn't finish. Well, we're going to talk about this fight, but am I on to something or no? Am I giving people?
No, I think you are.
And talented guys excuses.
And listen, I think we're seeing a change in the air quotes Cuban style, right? That's number one. And I think maybe, just maybe, not just him, a lot of these guys' style lent themselves to the amateur system, not the pro system. Not, it's not as rough and tough in the pro system, in the amateur system as it is. Look, you have headgear on. You know what I mean? You're fighting 3 to 5 rounds. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not fighting 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12
really
rounds.
Big puncher. It's not hitting you the same between the gloves and the headgear.
Right, and the headgear. And again, of course, the length of the fight, the style of the fight. It's not.
Well, that's what I want to get into. Billy, if Bill Yuns wants to lean in here, I gave him a parlay this weekend, Brendo. It wasn't part of our group chat. I thought you might be out with the ladies. Didn't want to bother you. Billy's not hopping on no pub, so he must be
out on something. Fucking Friday night.
I love this over, Brendan.
Yeah.
I love this over, but let's talk real quick. B, tell me where I'm right, where I'm wrong. And Travius Ingram has a chin. He ate some big shots and fired back. Very raw, but very tough. He didn't come to lose. He looked like he might be on his way out, Brendo, at one point, and then came back in the 7th and won that round. The 8th was all out war. Both guys hurt, trading big shots. Fun fight. I had it 97-93, Joelvis Gomez in a really good, fun scrap. Judges had it 96-94 Gomez, 96-94 Ingram, and 95-95 split draw. 2 really bad cards there. Here's where I want you to talk to me, Brendo.
Joelvis
Gomez gets tired in the second half of fights, so we need to keep an eye on that. He's an absolute gun for 5 or 6 rounds. Then he starts to fade and lose focus.
I wonder why.
Hold on. My partner just told you guys, are these guys so cut out with headgear to be strong for 3 to 5 rounds?
And again, there's no headgear left anymore, but they came up in that system.
Bigger gloves, that system, training the body to be in physical peak condition for shorter lengths of time. And am I right at all about going from an absolute horrifying situation and life to the women and life, nightlife of Miami, the food, the girls, the drinks. Then this mental patient goes, I better get out of Miami. I'll go to Vegas. Hey, by the way, I never heard a story about Joelvis Gomez, meaning
me neither.
He likes to party, he doesn't miss weight. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Why is a guy this good? Shout out Antravius Ingram too. I want to see him again. I'd run this back.
Yeah, I think that a lot of this is more along the lines of the style and what we're accustomed to. I think you had brought it up last week about like how come this guy's not trained to take a knee? How come this guy's not trained to, deal with this? I don't know if they're necessarily trained to deal with the adversity. If shit gets hot, if you have this type of fighter, a guy who can put his foot on the gas. Look at this level in 10-round decisions for the most part, all these guys can fight. So, I mean, you would figure the Cuban guys who have been on a worldwide level like this for years would know that. But again, it really is two different sports, right?
I believe it to be. I think it's
Amateurs
been
and pros.
proven. I think
Yeah.
it's been proven to be when you have guys who weren't amateur standouts who become one of the greatest fighters ever, and then someone like Mark Breland, who's one of the greatest amateurs to ever live, that had a very good pro career, but not a great one. You know, or very good pro career.
That happens in all sports, though, right? You have a guy who's great in college, not great in the pros.
I mean, an absolute gun. That kid who they had running the point in San Antonio is already out of the league. I think he was the pick 2 seasons ago. He's not even in the NBA.
NBA busts are crazy. It's
and he was a gun.
Yeah.
And it was a gun in college. What? So talk to me about Yoelvis Gomez with all of this talent. I mean, he already has a loss in a fight that you go, yeah, he should have won that fight. 154 is stacked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I guess we'll have to do some digging, find out what his training habits are like, or do we get one of those? He's got no heart. He's got no metal. I don't know. I'm not saying he does or he doesn't. That was a fucking crazy fight.
But something's that, yeah, they were slinging the dogs, but big shots landed from both guys, chins on both guys. Fun fight. Do you agree that Gomez won this fairly handedly in a good fight or no?
I didn't think it was a draw. I thought Gomez won a close but clear fight.
Okay. So you would say 96, 94, but sternly. Okay.
Stern.
Pat Brown, 4-0, 2020 Olympian versus Felix Valera, 24-8, 21 KOs. Been there with everybody. Dimitri Bivol, our guy Sullivan Barrera, Maxim Vlasov, Michael Cieslak, who just fought. Who did he just beat? Cieslak. He also just fought that kid Tristan Kalkruth from Golden Boy that Oscar's really big on. So Felix Valera's been in there with everyone. Pat Brown is good. Completely obliterated Felix Valera in the second. Eddie is huge on this guy, Pat Brown. 3 knockdowns, only 25 years old. The question I have for you, Brendan, only 25 with 4 fights, but at cruiserweight, did you really move him slow? Seeing that because it's a notoriously thin division, and a little while back we spoke about, okay, there's really high level guys, right?
Yeah.
The Jay Apatite Zordo fight is the fight to make, guys. That's the fight we want to see.
Right.
And there's these guys creeping in. Is he the next wave of that? And we make some good fights, you know what I mean, in the upcoming year or two. There, do you keep moving? Pat Brown's
well, he's only 4-0, right?
Yeah, but he is annihilating them, and you do see the pedigree.
I think stay at a slow pace. Let's step them up a little at a time. What was this scheduled date?
6 or 8. I think they have to find a sweet spot of we're not going to move him like Lomachenko, because that's what we're dealing with, Brendan.
Yes.
With these amateur guys.
That's the bar.
Right. They go, oh, 8th fight, ready for a title. And you go, no. You don't have to have him have 40 fights either before his first shot either. Guys, can we do a little sweet spot? Maybe look.
It's quality of opponent, how they look against the quality of the opponent.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. Now, this guy comparatively that he was in there with did fight everyone, and he went through him like a hot knife through butter.
All right,
So,
so this was a scheduled 10.
oh wow,
All right.
wow, I didn't
So they
know that.
are going to move him, but he has 11 pro rounds. That's it.
Yeah, see, that's huge too.
Right.
That's huge too.
That's the perspective is 11. So his whole pro career since March, 11, he's fought 11 pro rounds. I mean, they're moving him fast.
There are very
One, two,
small.
three, four, five. This day and age, he's had 5 fights since March.
Yeah, yeah, it's huge.
It's huge.
There are these subtle boosts in competition that maybe not all eyes can see. We saw it with Baba Booey, Richard Torres.
Fluff, fluff, fluey.
They moved him slightly, and you were like, "Oh wow, he's not good."
Yeah.
And that wasn't a huge like, "Yo, this isn't a killer. This isn't a top 10 guy." A guy who could handle himself, and a guy like
Right.
Guido Vianello, a guy who
Yeah.
could handle himself, has just fundamentals sound. You're like, oh wow, this guy would get like annihilated
Annihilated by
by
one of the top guys.
right. I
Any
think
of them.
yes, I think that's what you see when you move people, and you have to see that in Pat Brown. When these
Correct.
slight move, when you see the slight improvement on the next fight and the next one, and if he's destroying all of them with 3 knockdowns in a round, you go, oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a killer.
Then we
But
got a
again,
killer.
let's in recent history, Edgar Berlanga.
Right.
16 fights, 16
first
knockouts.
round. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Omari Banger Jones, 3-0, 3 KOs, 2024 Olympian and Pazzi prospect versus Yusuf Maitu, 12-2, 9 KOs, never been stopped. 154 pounds is where Banger Jones is. They're moving him up to that. Like he was coming in at like 48, then 49, then 50.
Yeah.
He's not fully there yet, but that's where Eddie wants him at. Maitu was brought in to give Omari Jones some rounds. Beautiful jab from Jones, puts 2s and 3s behind it. Pull counters when Maitu tried to get off. A right hand in the third bothered Maitu, and he took a knee after a delayed reaction. I think maybe his orbital bone was broken. I never confirmed, and I couldn't find a confirmation. He tried to beat the count. The ref just waved it off. He knew it was, the plan is to have Omari Jones back in there in January in Vegas, then back to Orlando again. So I like that. B had a problem with this seemingly moving him fast, and then this
pumping the brakes on him.
pumping the brakes. Maybe there was something we didn't know.
Yeah, he could have gotten hurt,
little,
maybe.
Yeah, some little nick or something that they didn't want to do. Main event, Lenier Pero, 2016 Cuban Olympian, 12-0, 8 KOs versus Jordan Thompson, 15-1, 12 KOs. His lone loss was to Jai Apataya. Heavyweights, WBC Continental Heavyweight title. Lenier Pero, just well-schooled Cuban, catch and shoot, puts a jab downstairs. One thing I've noticed, he constantly dips to his right, B, but he hangs out there. He doesn't just, he hangs out there. Too long. Somebody would be well served to time that with a left hook. But as long as his team picks that up, that he does it, they can clean that up. But if they don't, that's trouble. A point was taken from Pero in the 7th for low blows. This Jordan Thompson can fight a little bit. So I would have liked to see Pero step on the gas in the last few rounds, although he did land a monster left hook in the 7th that had Thompson hurt. I did 96-93, 7 rounds to 3 with the point deducted in the 7th. Judges had it 97-93, 96-93 twice, so their cards are really close to mine. I don't know what you do with a heavyweight right now, B, with these real monster name guys all being aged out soon. Usyk being the closest one to being aged out, to being done. And then that next wave of guys is like right under that age-wise, which is AJ, Fury. Parker's younger than people think. I think he's only 32 or 33.
Yeah, Dubois is very young.
Very young. Do you start thinking about like mixing him up with those dudes? What do you think about?
Yeah, you're gonna have
I
to.
mean,
It's heavyweights.
Yeah, he's good. Big Baby Miller was there, chirping, brought him in the round. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. I mean, this guy won't go away.
It's cat with 9 lives.
I also handed Bill Youngs the over on this. I believe it was a parlay of 3 fights. What was the other one?
Mundo.
Can you talk to
The betting public?
Yeah, to
We
the
went.
nation.
Well, I was texting with Vinny. I was getting the vibes that he wasn't in love with any, taking any of the winners because there were a lot of big,
Yeah.
big lines that plus
Brendo, not that I
minus
have
a
to tell you
ton.
this, but he was partaking in some.
Alcohol?
Yeah,
What
I
night
was
was
going to use
this?
I was going to use a classier word. Well, it was also you were getting
Spirits?
libations, if you will. He
Was
was getting
I?
himself ready for game 7. He invited all the neighbors over.
Mm.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I put the projector out back, had a little fire going. The wife put some cheese and meats together.
Mm-hmm.
It was an all around, I'm the neighborhood party starter. I bring everybody together.
He's
It's called the
friends with the.
it's called
He's
it's
also
called the
friends with.
charcuterie.
Yeah, charcuterie. He's also friends with the parents of a bad egg, B,
Yes, yes,
Yeah?
yes.
which is adding some drama to the Yuns family.
It's a lot of fun in the neighborhood.
Can't say it on air.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Bad seed.
You're giving too much away.
Bad seed.
I don't know who listens to us.
No, we got
Right.
I might have local fans.
there's a pocket of knockers down there.
A pocket of knockers.
knockers.
That's so gross.
It is gross. There's a pair of
That-
knockers.
that-
That
that's
couple's
why
a
I
pair
said
of
it.
knockers.
That's why I said it. It's a knocker
But I
pocket.
think I gave you. Was the Josh Buatsi? Did we take the over on that?
We took all 3 overs.
No, I know we did, but it was those 3 fights, right?
Yes.
Buatsi, we went from
Yes.
day into night
Yes.
to switch things up. B. I said, look, I like the
Correct.
over in all 3 of these. I don't.
Well, 1 you loved, 2 you liked. That was
Correct.
what I was going off of.
That is true. That is true. The one I felt B was, I think, what's it called, Brendo, was the Yoelvis Gomez was like the over was like 6.
Yeah.
Now take that over.
You're right.
This kid's undefeated. He doesn't know how to lose.
Intravenous. Intravenous.
Intravenous Ingram.
The 3-pick parlay ended up being plus 389.
Oh, I didn't know what you got.
We made a little scuttle on that
We
one.
did. That's
There
a
you
4 to
go.
1. That's a 4 to 1 from
We got enough to roll into the next weekend.
the great Pazzi.
There you go. Keep it going.
And we have some for next episode. We got some things to deal with.
Funded my meats and cheeses.
There you go. And what'd you have?
They're very expensive.
They are. Well, do
Mm-hmm.
you probably get them pre-cut, don't you?
Well, believe it or not, we were cutting. Well, when I say we, I say my wife was cutting meats.
Right.
So no, I did not get them pre-cut. So please,
If you don't behave, she's gonna cut your meat.
Leave it on your side of this phone call, Mr. Long.
Mm-hmm.
We cut our meat over here too. Knocker pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That knocker pocket down there, you never know,
Yeah. I like a nice pocket of knockers.
Wow. Where can they find you, kid?
At the Killer B24 on Twitter, at I_no_that_kid on IG. Find us at KOTB Boxing on IG. KOTB Podcast on YouTube. Write us at KOTBboxing@gmail.com. And I don't know, sponsors. You write us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about you.
At Box Cutter Pazzi on Instagram. At Vinny_Paz on Twitter. JMTstore.com for the Hidden Temple Project. The Southpaw Cannon Box Cutter Pazzi. Brendo loves the action figure. My nephews may or may not be clobbering me via the action figure.
The action figure?
Yeah,
I should have kept one from our
filmed.
shoot and done like a
Dastardly
a separate
things to it?
Instagram where it's just dastardly things happening to that
in
action
compromising
figure.
positions.
I might still be able to do that. I think we left one at the studio.
A Sharpie in places I would never want one.
Mm-hmm.
There
It's
you go.
very diabolical. Brando will egg that on.
You know how they do like now we're going up on Christmas and they do like Elf on the
Yeah.
Shelf. We'll do
Yeah.
Oh my
Pazzi-
God.
It'll be
Pazzi
like
on the
Pazzi on the
patio.
porch.
Yeah,
Pazzi on the
Pazzi
porch.
on
for
the
the
porch.
kids.
I like it.
Uncle Pazzi on the porch.
I think that
I'm gonna make sure my kids are just scared to see where Vinny Paz is every morning over watching them. I like
all
it.
right.
Yeah,
Where do they find you, Bill?
the Violent by Design joints, the sneakers,
Oh, sorry.
jmtstore.com, all merch, things like that. Just go to jmtstore.com, get hip to everything we're doing over there, music wise, merch, gear, all of that. Where can they find you, Billy? Because you posted your winnings on that, John, yet?
I don't put the amounts I'm betting, but I did post
Uh,
the picks.
you didn't post a winning ticket with the John scribbled out, though? You can't do that, John?
You can do it where it shows that it just doesn't show it.
Okay. Where can they find you? Where will that be?
Billy_Bindlesticks on Instagram.
Say goodnight, Billy.
Good night, Billy.